Hello, hello, hello. We are back. We are back. Waiting until morning so I can get some clay. None of my windows allow me to see the sky. I think morning is coming though, because I can see further out than I... Or not. Not very dark. Slightly confused. Some nights seem to be like pitch black. You cannot see unless there's a light source next to you. Other nights seem to be totally visible. Not sure what determines it. Hey, zombie friend. Correct, sir. Creepers in this suck. They do like as much damage as a charge creeper. And an invisible. I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. Am I doing here? Oh no, go away. Sir, please. You are not even slightly okay. There we go. We lived. Stop burning, you lot. My clay. You gotta deal with it, glasses. Right. There's a zombie with deal with it glasses. Just like that cat. No. Damn it. Why? Why do you put me out here? I hate it. Also, that's meant to take 5 seconds, but I guess because I'm an admin. Cheater. I'm a cheater. Who are you watching? Raycon? You are Oh, that's not okay. Where'd you come from? Yeah, Brain's Tail is really good. Ooh. Well, I lived. That's not a mod, Grace. That's the power of OBS and Streamlabs. Yeah, they're stealth and they blow up like they're charged. So have fun. No worries, dude. Just a common practice for streamers to have the chat over the VOD, because that way when it gets uploaded to YouTube or whatever, people know what context I am talking to other people in. Otherwise, it would be an extremely one-sided conversation and people would be really confused on YouTube. Yeah, right, Taryn. Yeah, so it's not actually happening on what I'm looking at. It only happens on what you're looking at. It's done via like the software that I'm using. So by the time it gets to the internet, you see that chat there. But I don't see it on my game window. To be honest, Preacher, I'd like to leave YouTube, but I have too many people there that subscribe to me via Patreon and stuff and expect VODs and not, so. I don't put any ads on it though. So it's not like I'm gonna get any new subscribers. We have enough. We have enough. I have here seagrass. Ryan, seagrass. Yes, I'm ignoring this line. That's probably due to a different mob. I noticed that there's a mob called an entrail. Yes, that's its name. Which appears to spawn more slimes. Oh, trust me, that mod is just ooh altogether. Hey, perfect. Right? No, 24. Damn it. Ah, go to hell. So I need 8 more clay blocks. One eloquent viewer described it as rat diarrhea, the sound that it makes. Okay, fine. Hear me out? "32 clay balls becomes 8 clay becomes 2 coke bricks." At least it's not actual, like... not actually a crap recipe. You just need a lot. Which I appreciate. Not like 9 different items from 9 different mechanics. It does help that clay is very easy to get in this pack. Forgot about lunch. You forgot about Dre. Coke. Infernal research. Get started in LV and creating more advanced materials. Completing this quest will grant you the research required to construct the infernal furnace. This is the road to steel and LV machines. Great, thank you. Approved coke. It's a hell of a drug. Carbon paper. Ooh. Ash. 9 ash. It's ice and fire bricks. Forge hammer on charcoal block. Or crystal wood, or just wood in a coke oven. Okay. Coke. It's turning nighttime. I can't remember how you go. I think. Solid. That. Yeah, see, that doesn't make any dang sense. That doesn't make any ding dong sense at all. When I say Mr. Brick somewhere. Oh. Here I am trying to do the IE thing. Also, yes, thank you and welcome back. There we go. Probably. Try it out. Wood. Click with an empty fluid container to fill it from the tank. Okay. Is cocoa creosote oil. It makes creosote oil. Don't know. Yeah, but what about... How about the actual construction of... Right, here we go. Provide a world preview of the blocks needed thanks to multi-block tweaker mod. Once you place down the key block, electric blast furnace for example, you can shift right click on the block to cycle between the in-world. Ah. What do you bet that the answer is going to be this? And I'm going to do it before I even check it, because I'm hilarious. Oh, this is bad? Where do you want the hatch then? Up? Maybe. I'm scared of being out there trying to build this thing. It was nighttime. Food. Chicken. Yeah, the server restart time is automated, so there's nothing much we can do about it. I mean, maybe I could learn a command to pause the server reset, but I don't know how to do that, so... Yes, this also has the mod that means that it is super freaking slow to eat food that you've eaten more than once. So just in case you thought this was the carrot version of Spice of Life, it is not. Right. I should take a look at that after this stream. Right, yo. Cook oven. Missing or incorrect blocks will be highlighted red for you. Also important, Note, machine control covers can be used to toggle machines on and off with redstone instead of having to rely on soft mallet, useful for some automation. I mean, I think you might be right. I think the hatch might have to be in the center. So let's try that. Brick. Hatch. Oh, that went into the middle. Right. Brick. Hatch. There we go. All is well. And so that's where the creosote comes from, I think. Or turnips? I don't know. Now I can put more spruce in there. Oh, hi. I am extremely afraid. Right, Taryn? God, I hate that. Well, that was all as well until the troll comes waltzing up, to be honest. Trolls are very, very scary. I got both my troll weapons by Death Leapfrog. I should hand in some of these quests that give me loot, huh? Crush Stibnite. Okay, I think Stibnite is antimony. I'm not sure where antimony is going to come in. Glass dust. Bricantio Vis crystal. Pulsating iron. Dynamite 3. Slime cube. What the heck is a slime cube? I don't know. Ignore Mr. Grumpy out there. I am. I don't know, Darren. That's why I'm looking at uses for things. Because I'm like, what are you cheekily trying to imply here? Ain't that? Item conduits might be. That's implying, because conduit binder itself is really easy to make. It's still the old recipe. Oh, Trollalol turned into stone. That's what happened to Trollalol. Where is he? Oh good, he broke my teleporter. There he is. Good job, idiot. Can't push him far enough. I think his collision box is, you know, there. Yeah, thanks for breaking my teleporter, bro. Now I can't actually get back to my void world. Not that I really need to get back there, but it is what it is. I'm sorry, Taryn, I've missed something. What's Morby replacing? Oh yeah, okay. Cart flip. I actually thought it looked a bit like a crown. I didn't realize that was wheels because of dark mode. Yeah, Atomic. I mean, I have not seen a single pack use Artisan's tables to its proper extent. I think the closest we've got is the underwater one I was doing a YouTube series on before I changed to streaming. And even that one was a bit like, what? Crushed copper ore can be recrushed and repulverized. Probably what we're gonna do. Then cleaned. Probably purified. Can be directly smelted 1-to-1. Neat. Rustic waters, that's the one. Pangolins are quite big though. You know, like pangolins are medium to large dog size. Yeah, let's see what is actually in here from Artisans. That's it. It's all they're using from the entire mod. Blank design pattern, which who knows if that's actually being used. They're not actually using these two, the workstation or the workshop. They're only using the basic one. And toolbox and invar cutters. It's like, I don't know. Yeah, its big ass tail like sweeps things around. And pangolins are so damn cute though, like for real. It's a waste, is what it is. Let's see if the blueprint is actually used. Nope. Mechanical toolbox can't be made. Basic workshop and workstation. So it's literally just the toolbox, the basic work table, and the cutters. That's it. I actually like the large recipes if they're used sparingly. Like if you're using a 5x5 to make a block, which does something for you, and you're only going to have to make one of them, that's great. My boiler is out of... Oh, is Penguin Dragon Pokemon. It's true. out of juice. There we go. Accept. Need that. Thanks. Yeah. I also like the 9x9 recipes. But I'm not sure where I'd use them. We'll find a way to make them work in the Rorax pack, I'm sure. Because the project table, if that gets updated somehow, will be what does the repetitive tasks of building things. So every time you make something in one of these bigger tables, it's going to be like, you know, a project that you're working on that you get your reward for by getting the object at the end. No, Avaricia. Avaricia can go eat a giant floppy ding dong. And I don't mean that to the original, like, Avaricia concept at all. I mean that to what pack makers turned it into. No one seemed to realize that it was a joke. It's a joke. Fucked. Degrassi. What the hell? Oh no. They're actually... Side click. You used for anything else I care about? No, you used to copy blueprints. The one then. Two, three, four. It's not that, like... I think it was kind of clever at one point when people were like, okay, we're going to use Avaricia so that you can create creative items as like a fun little Yahoo at the end of this mod pack to say that you'd kind of beaten it, right? But when the Avaricia table became like midway through the pack and started picking up popularity for that kind of thing, I was done. Yeah, like Terran says, make an experience singularity for something that is required in this mod pack. No, go away. It will not. I actually don't know what I want to do. No furnace. 12 obsidian, 12... Oh, you want me to go nether, huh? Means I need steel. Means I need crude steel, which is made an alloy smelter with coal dust. Coal dust is easy because we just pulverize coal. But then to get steel, need either the Hellfire kiln or the Hellfire kiln. What am I missing here? Because if I remember, Nether portal requires thaumium, yeah, and steel. So how do I get nether brick without going to the nether to get the steel? Do a daisy? Fire bricks. Oh. Fire bricks are 4 fire bricks, which is compressed fire clay, which is from the compressor, which is fire clay dust, which is brick dust and clay dust. Okay. Alright, that is why, I imagine... Oh. Why is the compressor not like the one that has this? Or is like... Because this is mandatory to get this. Steam. I actually don't hate this as much as I hate Dungeons, Dragons, and Space Shuttles. But we will see. We will definitely see. Right, if I want to make a big boy boiler, that will be... Pick a machine, any machine. Boiler? At boiler, come on brain. Large bronze boiler, that's the baby. No! No, fuck you. What's the point? What's the point? Like, the whole point in the bronze boiler is that it is an upgrade from steam boilers. In fact, it's meant to be the upgrade from high pressure steam boiler, which they've decided in the pack you're going to skip, because look, if you look at the quest for this, you can make upgraded versions of regular steam machines that use more steam and are faster, but we usually skip these. It's like... I can just add a second boiler, but that's still like... what's the word I'm looking for here? Anemic? I was hoping to put the effort in to get the big boiler, so I didn't have to have like 4 different small coal boilers. if you get my drift. No diversions. No freedom. No anything. Hey, troll. Are the trolls still out there? He ought to be, right? Yeah, there he is. Wake up. Nighttime. Wake up. He's not waking up. Maybe ice and fire just straight up turns them to stone forever. Right, I guess another boiler then. Full steam coal boiler. For you? It's relatively cheap, I guess. They're like vampires, except less good. Eat. Damn. I mean, you can hammer it, but I was hoping I could, straight. Start cooking that. Oh well. Well, I guess trolls don't need a tan because their skin is quite dark in the first place. Right? It's like harder than rhino skin. Vampires, they clearly become pale, so they could use a tan, but they can't get one. Who else is bad with sunlight? For drows, isn't it an eye thing? They're like, ow, my eyes. Ow, dude, my heckin' eyes. Yeah. Bleeding from the eyes sounds terrible. Don't you think? Dwarves can also get over it though. They can adapt. Oh, see, this is why I wanted a big boiler. The issue with this macerator is not how fast it is, it's how fast the boiler is able to provide steam. Green coloration will never wash out. It definitely can buffer the steam tank. But I have no way to pull from a liquid vessel at the moment. Well, I have faucet. A faucet can pull from a liquid vessel. Oh, I lied. However, Pour that steam right into the pipe. Right into the pipe. No, what am I doing? You moron. This might have to be done anyway, we'll see. Yes, it does. Okay. Not a moron. The steam is a liquid, it's just a liquid that rises up rather than falls down. What is the technical difference between liquid and fluid? Fluid is liquids and gases. Oh. I had no idea that gases was considered a fluid. That's crazy. I mean, they do indeed flow. Room for 160, sure. Can it handle 160 modded bases? Probably not. Probably can't even handle 10. Oh, I did hear about superfluids breaking things, yeah. They like to climb out of their vessels and so on. And there was some property of wine because of the alcohol content and because of the rest of whatever makes up wine, where droplets would climb up the glass rather than flow down. Atlas are fairly decent, but I don't think they could handle 160, not in wildest dreams. Don't even think they could handle 60. 30 even. Is it Lega that climbs up the glass? What is it that climbs up the glass in wine? It's cool though. Legs. I thought Lega was some sort of chemical thing. Yeah, there was a video I was watching on a superfluid, and it was a sealed vessel that they had put the superfluid in. But, like, it was so flowy, technical physics term here, that it was able to get through the gaps in the atoms of the solid that was making up its container, and so it would just over time slowly leak anyway. How do you contain that? find something with a really, really tight atomic bond, I suppose. Something with mad density and a really, really predictable lattice. What is it? What do they call it? Formation of the atoms, anyway. An atomic bomb could hold it. Hey, why aren't you going away? Go away, you. Get out of here. Super band. Refresh. Nope. Anyway, superfluids are cool. I still respect plasma the most, though. Because there's very few circumstances in which plasma exists. As a state of matter. No, it's a matter state. Solid, liquid, gas, plasma. When matter becomes so energetic that it's just hemorrhaging heat energy, heat and light energy. There you go. Yeah, it's so energetic that it started to disassociate. I know the feeling. Mood. Big mood. Right, because of the stars. Well, it can't be interstellar gas if it's plasma, then it's interstellar plasma. You can use grape skin to create plasma in your microwave. Something, it's predicted that 0 Kelvin and below would be super solid. But good luck getting to 0 Kelvin. Right, and below. It is funny thinking about the maths of negative energy, though. Because, again, another video I was watching where there was the theoretical idea you could have negative energy. And it just got hot again. But really, really hot. Like, goes around in a circle. Something like that. It immediately became highly energetic. No. Just because something is infinite doesn't mean it has to have infinite content. That's why people talk about infinite void. Yeah, that's true too. We don't actually know if it's infinite or not. But what I was saying is also true. Like, you don't have to have something in something else, right? You could have an infinite void with very little in it. And that could be the universe. Comparatively very little, obviously. We're talking on scales of universes here. There's also, like, this is one of the reasons why heat death of the universe is a very possible thing, because if the universe had an edge, we wouldn't drift endlessly. We'd hit the edge at some point. But for the heat death of the universe to occur, things need to pull apart so far that nothing is kept in an energetic state by anything else. So, you know, stars drift far enough away from other stars, no gravity, blah, 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 blah. Until you're just like a little dirt marble floating through space, which is stupidly cold. But in order for that to happen, there would need to be no limit to how far everything could go away from itself. Yeah, quantum theory. Nothing big. Ah! This also kills your iPhone. Oh, in with the burn, Black. Yeah. Fuck Apple. Yeah. Maybe they imagine their products are going to be found by aliens in such and such amount of years, cuts. But anyway, the heat death of the universe is an extremely frightening and yet very highly respectable theory. It's like, even if humanity somehow found a way to genuinely get along and not destroy itself, or the rest of and find a way to not let the rest of the universe destroy itself, it will inevitably come to an end. There is absolutely nothing that can be done about it. Unless we harvest the energy from magical girls. Also correct. Come on, you. Well, that's the fun thing about theories, my god, is speaking mathematically on something, it can exist. But just because it can exist in numbers doesn't mean it can exist in reality, which is what Katz was just reminding me of when I was talking about the whole like 0 or below, is you can't get negative... Hang on. You can't get negative energy because that's just not how it works. But you can do the math to make it work. Yes, sorry, I got a phone call from Mummykins. Would like to know when I would like to get picked up, because we're going shopping. And by shopping, I mean grocery shopping. It's something we've started doing on a regular basis. Because it's cheaper that way to shop around, especially in New Zealand with its high bloody living cost. My mum is good. He's just living that retired life. She's on the New Zealand pension. Yeah, it has, like, as awesome as it has been to be able to say, look at us, we've done so well regarding COVID. We have the privilege of being a tiny island nation at the end of the world. So we were able to react very quickly. And being that there's no shared land borders, it's very difficult for anything untoward to happen. Because you know what would be really shitty is because some states in America are actually trying, right? They're putting up mask mandates, they're being like stay-in-home orders and stuff like that. But they share a border with a state that just doesn't give a fuck. Right, that's the East and West Australia problem, right? East Australia doesn't give a fuck, right? Right. Yeah, I'm sure I did, Preacher. Like, man, situation over there makes me really scared for my American friends, you know? Like, no joke. And I constantly feel like there is nothing I can do. Even though I have a voice online, which is more than a lot of people have. It was a fellow Minecrafter that got into my tweet the other day about the situation with like political ads in America and how there's a Trump ad which is trying to scaremonger Trump voters into Biden's America. But it's using footage of Trump's America, right? And like the discussion got to the point where this particular Minecrafter was like, 90% of America is fine. And I'm like, no. Most of your population... Sorry, what they said was 90% of America is fine. It's just the cities. And I had to explain to them that, like, not only does most of the population of America live in those cities, America is one of the very few Western countries that has rural ghettos, aka caravan parks. And then after I told them that, their response was, oh, you just don't get it, you're not American. Right, Black? Like, there is so much wrong with that thinking. Feral ran the Yowie panel. That's so cool. Yeah, Manatee, we're talking about like the impact of the Rona and stuff like that. And it's one of the things I was talking to Bree, who pops in here sometimes, the other night, about like how we were feeling emotionally about things at the moment, and the fact that we're New Zealanders and we have that privilege, but we have people that we love and care about in countries which are going to shit. And we were like, okay, I don't want to take the hope away from some people who look at our Prime Minister and look at New Zealand and go, God, I wish I had that. I wish I lived in your country. And I can totally understand that in comparison. But I look at my country and I go, we can do better. And I look at Jacinda and I go, we can do better. You know? Like, Jacinda is an incredible improvement on our last PM, sure. But just to the fact that I have the privilege to be able to say we could do better, while y'all are like, please give us Jacinda, is crazy to me. Trailer park, sorry, yes. And like, without offending you at all, Preacher, like, I hope I'm not, but there is a lot of trailer parks out there which are literally white ghettos, right? Rural white ghettos. Like, people who are just trying to make ends meet. Poverty line, you know. To be clear about words here, my interpretation of ghetto is low-cost housing. It doesn't have to very specifically be like a certain population group that lives in those places. Right, I just know a lot of people who consider ghetto to be very specifically high-rise rental apartments inhabited by black Americans. Mostly black Americans. When you compare, like, trailer park living to... Yes, I'm sure there are some nice trailer parks out there, Torrentino, but that's not the majority of trailer park living. As far as I understand it, from people who have lived in trailer parks, who have explained it to me, and I don't know whether... Preacher seems like the one that is the most, like, on the ground here, that the majority of people that live there are just trying to make ends meet. Yeah, the Portland thing has been pretty funny. And by funny, I mean horrifying. I was looking at some comments on Reddit on one of the Portland posts where it was like, this, like, showing somebody complaining about masks, saying, and it had, this isn't fascism, and then it talked about unmarked police in unmarked vehicles taking people into custody and said, this is fascism. You can argue all day about what is and isn't fascism. However, one of the comments in the post, several of the comments amounted to saying this, basically, which is, these people were being arrested because they were vandals. And they didn't seem to understand the fact that if they were being arrested, why weren't they being arrested by clearly marked personnel in clearly marked vehicles? Like, the whole reason police identity exists is so that the police involved in that arrest can be held accountable for that arrest. Oh, but it's still the federal government. They know what they're doing. No, that's bullshit. Citizens still have rights and expectations around those rights. Yes, true, Taryn. They're not being held accountable even when they are identifiable. That is a big problem. But you see how this has kind of descended, right? You have police who are meant to be accountable, who are clearly identified, not being accountable, and now you have police who are unidentified, not being accountable for the arrests that they're making. Right, that's the thing. A lot of people have been going like, you know, they've... The misbehavior of police that exist at the moment is so normal that the unidentified arrests, I'm being very careful with my words here, unidentified arrests of civilians in Portland seems like it's okay because it's not that far different. But it is, like, considerably different. To a scary degree. Yeah, maybe those people were vandalizing and putting up graffiti and stuff like that, and okay, maybe under our set of laws, even though they view their actions as being a form of protest, their actions are still chargeable because it's vandalism, it's you know, destruction of property, yada yada yada, and those people should face the consequences of doing so. Fine. But there's a process, and when you break that process, when you break that social contract that you've created as a country, that is might makes right. And might makes right is the definition of fascism. Scout sniper. I mean, unsurprisingly, they've dug up a lot of racist Facebook groups that a lot of these police officers belong to in many states across many jurisdictions. And I mean, they've even, you know, there's like been a photo of literally one of the police officers in one of these protests having a tattoo of a swastika, right? Like, he should have been removed from the force the moment his commander noticed the tattoo. Or demanded that the tattoo be removed if the police officer with the tattoo had been somebody who had rehabilitated from some sort of racist yada yada, you know, like, okay, we have to admit some people can change and better themselves and whatnot, but clearly that was not the case with this officer. This particular officer had a swastika tattoo, was doing police duty, and was not removed from the force. Yeah, true, Farrell, you can. Although I think you would find it hard to find somebody with a red star tattoo who was also a police person. Because, you know, antithetical to the idea. I'm not saying they wouldn't exist. They could totally exist, but just that it would be antithetical. Maybe hammer and sickle, on the other hand, because then you would be Soviet regime rather than communist. Yes, I'm sure the SS tattoo was also very much in a lightning bolt configuration. And was not at all curly. You're not wrong, Makod. We call them tankies. Tankies are communists who believe that Stalin did nothing wrong, basically. Oh, I had no idea, Cuts. Today I learned. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Yep, the demonization of low-income workers, for sure. I mean, I'm not going to say both sides. That's bullshit. I hate people who say both sides, but there are problem people on both sides of the aisle who make things worse. Who muddy the water, complicate the conversation, and don't seem to understand their own politics. Why would you refuse to wear a hat in the fields? What am I missing there? I don't know, Manatee. I think that, like, if you have an SS tattoo, here's the thing, okay? There are plenty of people, white people, who have gone to prison, have got prison tats, and those prison tats have been white supremacist tats. And in prison, they've taken up white supremacist ideals because they needed some sort of outlet to blame the reason they were in prison on something other than themselves. Because the likelihood of a white person being in prison is probably more realistic for why they're there than a black person. Anyway, so that person, or protection, exactly, makes them scary. So they get out of prison and they hate their tattoos and they're like, okay, I'm not this person anymore. I don't want these tattoos. Maybe this person goes, I want to join the force, I want to be better for my society, etc., etc. Huge big ups to this theoretical person who doesn't exist. I'm sure there have been people literally like that. That person then has to show that under all circumstances they don't want that part of their life being part of their work, right? So they go and get it altered or removed or hidden or whatever. But if you just go into work with like a swastika or an SS tattoo or something like that, and you're a police officer, you don't deserve to be there. Like, they should be stood down until they get it altered. Whatever. Yeah, right, Grim Monkey. And it's extremely hard to find a tattoo artist that will do white nationalist shit now too. Like, prison tats are pretty much where you get it. I actually am really, like the whole Confederate flag, I've thought it was stupid for a long time. Forgive me if you have feelings about the South and stuff, but I think you're wrong. I think you can have Southern heritage without it being the flag of an enemy, or what is essentially comes down to a racist ideal, because the Confederate flag was the fight for slaves. Yeah, so, okay. Here's some hot tea, hunty sis. Fade on this. I'm a white girl doing AAVE. The Confederacy is younger than blah thing, right? It's kind of a dumb argument. It's hilarious. I love it. It in certain circumstances, it makes a lot of sense. But the way people are using it is like its age makes it irrelevant, which is untrue. Things can happen in mere moments that are world changing, like an atomic bomb in Hiroshima, for example. And like right? But yes, I still love the memes of like Oprah has been around longer than the Confederacy and stuff like that. Right. So, like, I think Germany's a great example of this. There are actual, like, Holocaust and World War II museums, right? Like, it is illegal to have Nazi paraphernalia out in public in Germany. I think it may even be illegal to own Nazi paraphernalia. I'm not entirely sure. I don't have enough information. But they still have museums and stuff and places you can go and learn about that part of history and etc. etc. In fact, it's a really important part of their education. So yeah, have Confederacy museums. Do Confederacy roleplay. But the people who are playing the role of the Confederacy, or, you know, they shouldn't be romanticizing it. Which is a lot of people's problem with that movie that was recently taken down from Netflix and Hulu. Gone with the Wind? Like, it romanticized that period of history when it's something we shouldn't be romanticizing. Oh no, for real, Manatee. No. You're absolutely right. Yeah, and that's why I have issue with people who call themselves liberals, but then also don't walk the talk or be Karens about stuff in their own right, you know, or drag people online, that sort of thing, because it just gives conservatives ammunition to dig their heels in further. Like bad conservatives, I'm talking about. And you're going to ask me to show you a good conservative, and I actually could, but they're not here right now, and I probably don't have their permission to put them in the pedestal, so. See, that seems crazy to me, Grid, because from the perspective of a foreigner looking at America, I don't know whether the other foreigners here in this chat will agree, but it seems like y'all worship that flag. Like, kneel in front of it, prostulate before it kind of thing, you know? So many liberal friends that will crucify people online for generalizing like protesters or whatever group, and then they themselves will generalize any demographic they don't like because they don't see why it's wrong. Yeah, Manatee, I've seen the same thing very much. I tend to purge those people from my social groups or have very serious conversations with them. Makod knows this. I've had some words with Makod before. It wasn't too, like, out there, but... Well, you didn't do the bad, you just didn't realise that you were being bigoted. It was regarding the whole French thing. But then you learn, right? Pledge of Allegiance kills me. I don't... Ugh. Like, there's a lot of people on the left. I like to call them the liberal elite. But there's a lot of people on the left who don't realise that all bigotry is bad. They've got this idea that it's just racism that's bad. But all bigotry's bad. Right, it's called American exceptionalism, right? That's what a lot of people call it. People grow up with this idea that America is best. So even if, like, because a lot of the things that foreigners try and do online is, and it's really logical to try and do this, is you go, well, look at us, look at the rest of the Western world and how we're not struggling in the way you are. And then they turn around and go, yeah, but you're not American. It's not the same. It's like, but you're literally humans living in a very similar situation to us. That's why we're grouped as the Western countries. I went to US school just to see what it was like, and in the middle of maths class, a bell went off and the teacher was like, let's show the Aussie our pledge. And I was floored because nothing like that exists here. Then afterwards, the teacher was like, now Aussie, show us what kind of pledge you have. And I replied, we don't have a pledge, we have lives. Oh, damn, Atomic. Confirmation bias. If you like Trump, unfollow me. You're a bigot and cannot change my mind. I don't like Trump either, and I will not vote for his re-election, but good lord, these people just want to hear political opinions like theirs and nothing else. I blame social media. 100%. Well, not 100%. Like, actually more like 60%, because we have to acknowledge the fact that the internet existed before social media did. Forums, etc. like that. Echo chambers is what I blame in reality, and social media is the perfect place for echo chambers. No, that's right, Manatee, because you have realized what the fault is in creating an echo chamber, but a lot of people feel very comfortable in their echo chamber, and if you challenge the echo chamber, they feel very unsafe and get very defensive and very, like, ready to attack. And they'll shut down any that, like, even if you have a good argument, and it's why, like, even if you do have a good argument, you just shouldn't bother online. Is because people are just ready to disagree with you no matter what you say. End of story. Oh, what's the fallacy called again? Someone's bound to know. When a conversation ends in Nazis or ends in Hitler. Or doesn't end, but inevitably reaches I mean, that would be the Latin. No, it's, what the fuck is it called? Godwin. Yeah, Godwin. That's the one. Or you are just like Hitler, right? Like if somebody has an argument about why we should restrict ourselves, why we should wear a mask, oh, you're just like you're Hitler. Absolutely, Manatee, but also like I think it's very hard for someone like I have got to the point where I cannot see how somebody can be a Trump supporter without also supporting some really shitty ideas, even if it's not a racist idea. But then also, by the same token, if you are supporting Trump, you are also in some ways implicitly ignoring the racist stuff that his government has encouraged. Update server when? Is there another update? I don't know. Tonight? I remember seeing some episode of some Twilight Zone type show that a person went back in time, killed baby Hitler, and someone just picked up another baby in replace of it, and that became Hitler, which means that was all meant to be. Yeah. Time's funny. Not saying that's how it would have gone down, but like, yeah. Seems to me there's always some kind of baggage regardless of which politician you might vote for. Absolutely, Jolly Roger. I just think you have to pick which baggage is better. Okay, like full on, I need to take my attention away from the game to have this conversation. When you are voting, and it's easy for me to say because we've got MMP, right? We don't have college, whatever. But it's still kind of two-party here. I mean, it teeters on the verge of third party, but it's still kind of two-party. Anyway, when you are voting, and this is a problem that I'm going to say is particularly a liberal problem, because a lot of liberals will just outright shit on any vote if it means they can't have their perfect candidate. They just won't vote, or they'll have a joke vote or something. You have to, if you want the ideal candidate, you have to move the overton window to that position. You're only going to get that by voting for, like, if we wanted more liberal or more conservative people, right, with more ideas that were more towards these extremes that liberals shit on often, or shit on the vote for, is that you have to pick the best of two turds. You have to pick the best of two turds. And that means also accepting the baggage that comes with that. But you have to be like, okay, and your election coming up right now is a really good point. Biden is an asshole. Biden is a shithead. Biden is a horrible human being. But he's in my opinion, the better vote. Right? Right. He's the shinier of two turds. So you just keep picking the shiniest turd over and over again until that turd is polished into the seed that is within that shit. And then you plant that motherfucking seed. And that will be 20 elections down the line from the time that you were born. But that is your responsibility as a voter. You have to be looking downrange. You can't just be like, I want it now. Society moves slowly. It's like a human immune system. It has to learn, adapt, and change. If you try things too quickly, it responds badly and regresses hard. That's why inflammation kills people with overactive immune systems. Right now, America is having a inflammation response. If you want to look at it that way. But yes, that's my rant about why you should vote. It sucks, but vote. Humanity, no one understands. No one except, like, no one in the working class understands. No one in the, you know, in the 90% of the population understands. They think Bernie is dangerous because America has this obsession with social ideas being dangerous. And it comes from the Red Scare, and y'all need to get over it. No, I don't think he would either. I think he's on his last legs. Like... but... ah, that's the overton window though, Cuts. That's the overton window. People don't understand how big this scale gets. The overton window makes them think that, like, some fucking healthcare is communist. I'm sorry, but communist is like 100 kilometers to the left. True communism, that is. Bernie, on a true political scale, is centre-left. Hillary is centre-right. Biden is centre-right. Well, Bernie is a lot like Jacinda Ardern, actually. Our Prime Minister. Like, his ideas are not far from hers. And she's centre-left. Trump is a little more right than Bernie, obviously, but he's also economic. So you've got to remember the scale has 4 directions, right? There's left and right, and there's up and down. Up is economic, down is authoritarian. I mean, actually, maybe Trump is more authoritarian, right? But he very much came from an economic right background. Sorry, it's not authoritarian, it's liberal. Liberal and economic. Authoritarian's probably like another third. Another third scale. honestly, the actual political window is flawed at this point, but yeah. Well, there's also the going theory that fucking Biden has dementia as well. Great. You're gonna have two presidents with dementia. Hooray! That's actually another problem America has, and I'm sorry to bag on America. Listen, Americans in my chat right now, I think all of you who have literally been engaging in this chat are good people. I believe it in my heart, okay? It's not your fault. But the American political system and the people in it are aging. They're really, really old. Like, the youngest politician you have is AOC, and she's House. She's not Senate. Your entire Senate is, like, over 60. I don't want to bag on America because I know so many good Americans, right? It's just your, and I hate to sound like an anti-government fuck, but it's just your government is so fucked. Like, it doesn't even matter if a liberal gets into power. And I'm not saying that Biden's not going to change things. He probably will. He's at least going to mean that 2021 you get to say, well, at least it wasn't 2020. But the whole American political system is so busted. So busted. The representation is so busted. But there is such good people in America, like Atomic says. Just in this chat alone, there are people that I call friends who are from America. You know, it's not the people who are broken. Y'all need Lord Buckethead. Don't y'all have, what's his name, Rat King? Yeah, no one listened to Lord Buckethead. They should have, in England. They really should have. Yeah, the hyperbolic media cycle really, really fucks with people's perception of people's like, even within your own country, it fucks with people's perception of what the other side is really like, you know? The right thinks everyone's feminazis. The left thinks everyone's Nazis. You know what's so funny? And again, I'm using funny sarcastically here, cuts, is that if it wasn't for America's shitstorm right now, it would be England that's in the spotlight. Sorry, the United Kingdom. It's like, which shit show should we watch? There's also the massacre of the Uyghurs. The Hong Kong riots are still happening. Putin's had 8 days of protests against him. Good. But we're not focused on any of that. India and China are almost going to war yet. It's still a possibility, Manatee. Preacher, wow. That is high. What's the opposite of praise? That is high resentment. So yeah, good stream, everyone. No, I do enjoy these conversations because I feel like at least in this chat, at least at the size my chat is, we can have these conversations without them getting away on us with people being stupid. But so it's good. I like it. Worldwide, and this is never going to happen because obviously it's just a pipe dream, but worldwide, we need a system anywhere there's a democracy at least, and anywhere there's not a democracy, get a democracy. We need a ranked voting system. End of story. Ranked voting system is the only way you will get out of the two-party system. Because people don't vote for who they want to vote for, because they vote against who they don't want. So a ranked voting system, for example, you could vote for 3 people, right? You can vote for... Yeah, you can vote for 3 people. So the idea is, number 1 is the person that you really, really, truly want in your seat of power. This is the psychological breakdown of how it would work, not why it exists like that. 2 is the person that you think would stop the person that you don't want in office getting in, and 3rd is you're like, vote, right? It just gives you a little bit more encouragement to go out and vote. So what happens is, if the first person you vote for doesn't get into office, your second vote is what counts. If the second vote doesn't get into office, then it's the 3rd vote that counts. It's like fall through, right? Yeah, there you go, Atomic. Yeah, the voting system is vote for who you hate. And so it's a negative vote system, not a positive vote system. So actually, the person with the lowest votes is who gets in office. We're doing it, fam. Make plates. Hey, server, wake up. There you go. Right, guys. Wait, you're telling me that the person that got in is the MDMA party? What do? They just want a 24-hour 7-day a week, 365-day a year MDMA party. Oh. Shit. Hey, Cuts, you're a subscriber now. And thank you so much, Sir CB, for gifting all those gift subs over this time. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. Okay. See, America is a funny beast, because sometimes they argue we are many countries. Other times they argue we are singular states. So what is it? Are you independent countries or are you singular states? My point is that if you are one country, then California should be able to determine who goes into power, because that is where the most people live. Independent of any sort of voting cycle, that is where the majority of people live. If, on the other hand, you do believe in state independence, I can absolutely understand why you don't want one state deciding your vote for you. But y'all flip-flop so often on whether you think it's one country or state independence. So CB, what's the situation on Nazi paraphernalia? It's illegal in public. Is it illegal to own? Like for private citizen ownership? I know museums and stuff have special exemption. Don't go looking it up. Yeah, let an American do it. Or let someone non-German do it. Right, so I have to rearrange this. Because we need pipes now. Out of here, you. Out of here, use guys. Oof, 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 oof. Oof. I'm gonna break things. Oh, ow. Got steam in the face. Do you... Okay, you fill with steam. That is perfectly fine, actually. Oh. Get out of here, tank. I'm gonna go. We are gonna go. We are gonna go. We are gonna go. We are gonna go. Steam boiler. Steam boiler. I'm gonna replace my pickaxe. Oh, it's not even real Greg Tech though, Jolly. Don't get too excited. It's GTI for that. Don't worry, it's a thing. Okay. So. Unblock the back. Fine. Steam didn't come out the bottom, did it? Okay, so here's what we do. Break these. Oh, pipe. Pipe. Pipe's not filling with lava. Good. Faucet. Pipe is filling with water. Ah, is so weird. And then we go boiler, boiler in the boiler room. Gonna be a pain in the ass. You are gonna be a pain. And then you just shove everything down one. The hammer you go on the end. And now we need more bronze plate pipe. So that's fine. Do you remember when I tried to use GT in 1.8 and the frame rate was about 2? Yes. And by 2 I mean 0.2? Yes, I very much do. It was hella bad and sucked a lot. Yeah. Small? We don't want small. We want big boy pipes. Okay. You do that. Okay. So. Then we shove you in the wall. Oop. These puppies should be getting water. And that they are. Now you're getting the water first. Which is weird. That's an odd system. But okay. Weedium. Man, it still amuses me so much how many like weed mods there are for Minecraft. If there's one thing about weed smokers that I admire, it's how intensely they try to integrate weed into every part of their life, including their gaming. So this faucet is going to take forever. What if I just do that and let you fill up both of these quickly as you possibly can, and then we'll put the timer back on. Yeah, I don't remember asking you to do that. So it might have been cuts. Oh, was that my recommendation? Oh, actually, yeah. Because I was like, please rescue Greg Tech. Or, I wish Greg Tech was rescued. Atomic might know something. Probably. That's probably how that conversation went. I could probably duplex. Yeah, I probably could. I'm not gonna. But yes, I could totally put one here, and then have another faucet. Actually, you know what? I've got them. I'm not using them. Let's do it. Let's do it. Those. have to bake unfired one. Only just filled that up. Okay, that one's filling up now. That's good. How are you doing? Can't tell if you're done or not. 5. Wait, I can tell. There we go. It is done. Thank you, Top. Go. Oh. Oh. Look at it go. It's real sucking it down. Critically functional. Look how fast that's filling. It's galactic. We make huge. Look at this. GTCE has gotten rid of like the upper sizes of pipes and stuff. This is so stupid. And the rendering on them is dumb. Can I just tell you how the rendering on this is dumb? And I'm all for 8-sided circles. And this is dumb rendering. Go back to square rendering. Rig pipes were cool because of that. Hey, Manatee, thank you so much for dropping in. If you care to come back sometime, give me a follow, huh? But otherwise, enjoy your Dota stream. Well, it's also dumb because, like, look at what they've done with the corners, right? Why? Why are you going to do this when you're going to leave corners like this? Also, the small ones don't fit with the larger ones. Okay, we good. We can put this back on. Presumably, once the pipes fill up, you will stop pouring. Right? We have stopped pouring. Weird. But here we go. We've got double the steam power and now it's also expandable. Those pipes are horrible. Like, the textures on them are bad as well. Actually, 80% of why they're bad is the textures. I need more burnables. I need more burnables. How do we process coal? Coal powder? Yeah, but like coal though. Sifter. Which we can't get at this point. You can forge hammer flawless coal. The only way we're getting flawless coal is from a sifter. Okay. Fine. Yeah, flanges. Looks sexy as hell is what they look like. Hang on. Still got imager. I've still got imager. Images. I've still got my pictures. And now this is going to make people wish that Steam and Steel was still a thing, and I'm going to regret it, but hey. Imager, I haven't taken a wrong turn. Show me my damn gallery. Why does Imager update how its freaking thing works, and then it breaks? I don't think I can get to my gallery. This is horrendous. Oh, there we go. Did it. Oh. Yeah, let's have story time with Rorax. Hang on. I can't see anything if you're saying things. Here we go. Here's atomic. What? Why is nothing working on your stupid site? It's 404ing my images. Unless I right click and open in a new tab. Imager, you broke. Okay, here we go. Here's the pipes. This is after Atomic got them in game. The textures were a little zonk at the time, but we were thinking about how to solve that. And then we've got what else we got? Some screenshots of various servers. Hey, this was fun. This was on one of the Forge crafts. Built a big endogenic generator / nuclear craft. But that's not SNS. And then where I had more pictures of this. Image is just broken, is what Imager is. Here we're further in the past. Oh yeah, here we go. We've got our mob and our mob spawner. Called the steam spider, despite only having 4 legs. Yeah, Image is kind of busted. Ah, fingers. Yeah, okay. So just make Image and not use that stupid beta. Here you go. This is the boiler, and these are blast furnaces. And this was how a multi-junction would work. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, Atomic did an enormous amount of work. And then some real progress was made, and then the person that was helping Atomic got poached by Mojang and could no longer work on it. There is the ball mill, which you could say is this mod's version of the macerator. A lot of this stuff predates IE, by the way. Oh yeah. This mod actually existed. Homecraft Mineware. I was so proud that it existed. Thank you, Atomic, for making it exist. Yeah, the Combine Harvester is freaking awesome. I probably have it in here somewhere. Here is the plate stamp. This thing is enormous, and the whole idea was to make it enormous, because the scales for steam and steel were enormous. So as you can see, this is a multi-block plate stamp that is making 9 ingots, and the idea is that you would swap out, see the plate thing that gets pushed down? The idea is that you would swap out that with whatever you were making. Is that the combine? Oh yeah, no, this is the fluid simulation, and it was working. 3x3x4. 3x3x4, yep. Like a forge press, IRL, exactly. The scale, like, to understand the scales that this mod would have been working in, the idea was we were going to have infinite ore, like Factorio, sort of. You would set up a drill and it would just be pumping out ore for you. Let's see if I can find the combine harvester though. Because you're right, that was really fun. Turns out the original version of Imager works a hell of a lot better than the beta version of Imager. I don't even know why they're calling it beta, to be honest. Yes, I'm salty. Where I like to keep a lot of the stuff that I use to show off to people. Oh yeah, here's the boiler on its own. And it's stuff like this which I like to use to say that, see, angles could actually work in Minecraft. Yeah, a little more like Satisfactory instead of Factorio, that's true. It's the whole 3D scale thing, absolutely. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this'll be a blast for the past. I can find pick a particular image that might that one will. There we go. And this was from like 2004 when I made deco textures for IC2 Classic. Yeah, Tommy. Man, schematic metablocks was... But then again, long grass is lame compared to the long grass that modders made. I'm not entirely sure that pistons are the same though. And Deku hated that texture group, by the way, because they said that I was copying them. And like, yeah, I was using mashups of their textures, but that is far from copying. Called theming. So IC2 had to match. That's when I fell out of love with Deku. Blah 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 blah. I can't find the combine harvester. It's probably somewhere on Giphy Cat, but good luck finding it. Right, so we have 2 coal boilers that are now heated up and doing jamming their jams. And now oh no, I do have work for them to do. I do have work for them to do. Here's the question. Can a macerator now be kept up to speed? Sure, let's grind the coal ore. I know the squeezer can, but I wanna see how we do here with the for everything. Actually, instead of using coal ore, I should be using iron. Iron I can actually know I can directly use, so let's do that. Thought banded iron, brown lemonade. SNS 116 can, no, absolutely not. That's what I mean. That's why showing off that stuff is bad for my health. People are gonna be like, oh man, I wish it was a thing. It's not gonna be a thing. I'm sorry. I wish I could tell you it would be a thing, but it's not gonna be a thing. How are we doing here? Stable? I think stable. Might need 3 though. If Blom asked me to do Steam and Steel, I would highly consider it. Because that's the promise we made each other, that we'd both be ready for Steam and Steel if we ever went back to it. Why not, right? Let's make a 3rd one. Always happy for testers. What? Haven't got Steam yet? Okay, no, we are losing Steam. Hell yeah! It was that recent blog post by Factorio, one of the Factorio devs. I think it was the original dev, and how he was saying that he dearly loves making stuff for Factorio, but every time he went back to it, he would just feel ill. Maybe I do want to just make a bunch of charcoal. Safe, I think. Famous last words. Project table is definitely needed for 116. I'm here for that. Are you not keeping up on the water? Bastard. No! I'm a dumb and these filled with steam. I'm a dumb and they filled with steam. Tell you what. Don't fill with steam. Why does it say it hit? These. That. Yeah. Get you some water. Now, stay full of water. Damn it! You bastard. I think what we've got to do here is move you back one. Here. Yeah. Yeah. Like this and like this. And little ice everywhere. Could actually do this now. Ice raining from the sky. This whole ice trick, by the way, is not mine. It was told to me by somebody on Twitter called Ollie, who I greatly appreciate for teaching me this trick. It meant that I didn't need the ever full in. Right. So now we do that. Get out of here, drum. But you here, because you're gonna have to be there. What's going on? Why are you melting? You had to be. No? What's going on? There you go. And then I want to put that there, but then it's gonna fill with water, and I don't want that to happen. So this is the worst. Yeah, just do it higher up, right? Lady, just do it higher up. he can do it higher up. Back and higher up. Then we can go like pipe. No, pipe. Force it. What the? Why are you filled with steam? Bottom. Let's go from the bottom. Maybe that's why the bottom exists. Let's just do the bottom. Get out of here, pick. See you, Godly. Thank you for dropping in. You could just use channels instead to fill the... But channels are a thing, aren't they? But also, no. I've gone to all this effort now. No, it can't go there. Could go here and here though. Yeah. Now I'm stuck. Now it's looking all dire-wiry in here and I hate it. Pipe. I'm missing a pipe. We're missing a pipe. Yeah, I'm making it lower. But I'm still missing a pipe. No, because I'll show you why. Hang on. Unless I'm doing something really dumb. Lather. Awesome mounter. Or can the channels go directly into them, Infern? Because I thought channels also had to have a right angle. Is that not correct? That won't affect that because it doesn't have a machine interface. So we're good, I think. Famous last words. What do you do with the chest? Do you put the chest in the melter? No. It's the chest. What the? What the what? Did I pick up the chest and not notice? No. Who's got the chest? Who's got the chest? I know it looked like it went in the hopper, but it's not showing on the hopper. Oh, it is on the hopper. Okay, never mind. Screw you, hopper. Out of here, ice. Oh, hopper. Chest. Because the items that are in the hopper are meant to show on the hopper, and they weren't showing. That's fine. Ice, ice, baby. We did it. Hooray. And they must break the rendering of everything else too. So die-wiry, I hate it. But I don't want to put any effort into this, because I want to get to a certain point in the pack where I feel like I can go on a decorative building spree. Now have 3. You have 3. You have 1. You have 2. That's 3. 2 and 2 and 2. Have more. There you go. Now the macerator can do its thing without being crap. I mean, yeah, sheer madness has to get to 116, surely, Atomic. I feel like you should give yourself the rule of make everything as die-wiry as possible. I just feel bad being down here, you know? Like, I come in here and I'm like, I know it functions, but I hate it. Weren't you working on that? Didn't you make me make you a paintbrush? And by make you, you didn't make me at all. I just said I would and did. Post and pin. Or only post, though. Oh, do you mean with the Rorax logo? I would pin it if we can find a way to make it merch. If we can't find a way to make it merch, then I would prefer it was just posted in creative as normal. But hell yeah, a Rorax plays mousepad. It would be on stream. It would be this, which I think would be a nice mousepad. And Makod had the idea first, by the way. He expressly asked me for that image so that he could make this mousepad. I hope so. Wait, still, why aren't you getting Steam? You should totally be getting Steam. We have more than enough Steam now. I know, I didn't pipe it. I didn't put pipe. Here you go, friend, have pipe. Now you have Steam. Oh, I'm stuck in here again. Ah, too many random. Ah, no, I need the backs of those uncovered. There we go. Okay, we're good. Realize something. Apparently I haven't been punished for it. This boiler and this boiler have their backs covered. And it's been venting just fine. Whatever. Don't care. I did fuel the new boiler, yeah. Not a lot of fuel, but it has fuel. It's been a good stream. Well, I'm glad people have felt that it's been a good stream. Do this. Yes. Yes, now I can access all the boilers. It's still ugly as sin, but hey, we make do with what we got. Oh man, cuts. GTI is already being ported for 116. I'm so excited. Nice, baby. Hit. Gran. Fresh lemonade. It's not die away. Yeah. If you can't see it, it's not die away. Like, it's beautiful. I mean, that's brutal, though. I mean, I get it, the merch is being made for me from elsewhere, from a company that doesn't ask for any upfront cost or anything like that, but I still feel like getting 5% of your own brand image is bullshit. mean? 5% on your own image. But it promotes your brand. I know! I know, I know. And I know I should just suck it up. Because people have been asking me for merch forever. It was the whole sock ideas, the ugly Christmas socks. I wanted to do the ugly Christmas socks so badly. But the other thing is that I didn't want my ugly Christmas socks to be made of, like, shit. Also, what's the quality on Streamlabs mousepads? That's going to be interesting to see. Right, Grid? If that also means they have to take ownership of the image in order to be able to produce merch with it, like, they can go eat a dick. The ugly Christmas socks, guys. Ugly Christmas socks. A totally sweet R on it. What would be even better is having the totally sweet R on only one of them and make it the left foot. Because fuck you. I think people would get the wrong idea about me and Dyer if I did that. People have already had the wrong idea about me and Dyer in the past, and I think that might be why Dyer is afraid to have me do collabs with him. Believe it or not many people actually know that he's married. Even like, that he has a Dyer pup. I guess they just, like, haven't watched enough of his content and or zoned out anytime he started talking about real life. What are you talking about? That's a lawnmower, Grid Monkey. But yeah, no, actually, like, that stuff was more common, like, 1,000 times more common before Dyer pup. I love it when his phone goes off, because I know it's him having to do IT work. And, like, I'm not here for the schadenfreude of him doing IT work. I'm here for the fact that, like, he does IT work and YouTube at the same time. Yeah, he has a family. He gives that family ample time and respect as a father. He works IT. He does YouTube and he streams. I don't understand. How does he have the power of time compression? If he was a workaholic, though, he wouldn't have the time for pup and wife. He just uses all the time he has available efficiently. And somehow doesn't break himself doing that. Yeah, he sleeps. Multitasker extraordinaire. And he cooks cool shit. Like he has hobbies outside of all of this. His hobby at the moment is meat manufacture of various kinds. It makes my mouth water looking at Twitter most of the time. Bastard. Fucking functional brain crew, man. Sorry for the swearing, but it's real. Dia, send meats. Dia, please meat. Delicious. Must live deliciously. Is that how witch goes? You shall live deliciously. I think that peaked. Sorry. I was trying to do the do Satan from Witch or Vitch, whatever it's called. Have you seen Digital Blasphemy's art rights? I'm not familiar with it. I can't get that sentence out of my head because it's hilarious. May you live in delicious times. Delicious limes. So I keep refilling this when it has 3 uses. Man, spritz a lime in your cocktail, depending on the cocktail, obviously. Hell yeah. Yeah, if you could ask him how he's swung, I'm sure a lot of it's going to be upfront capital on the merch. Hey, listen, if I could swing that upfront capital at some point, I would. But that's teamwork, guys. You got to make me super powerful so that I can afford upfront capital on merch. ASDF 12345612334. No. Am I still playing it? Yes. Why am I still playing it? I don't know. Honestly. It's not DD and DSS, yeah. I think that's probably it. I want to know how far this rabbit hole goes. Stand-up desk is a girthy goal. We're doing. Yeah, if you want that sweet merch, you gotta make me popular. Chop chop. I expect to be popular by 4 hours from now. Okay? Get to it. When knee chair? I have a knee chair. And if you mean a knee chair is one of those kneeling chairs. So for co-stream with Dyer, you'd need to hit Dyer up for that one, because whenever I've asked him about co-op, he has said that, yeah, but time zones are an issue, which I don't think is the real answer. I love the guy, but yeah. I think he's a little bit intimidated by me. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm not trying to float my own boat. I think a bunch of people are a little bit intimidated by me, to be honest. It's where the MLG Rorax thing comes from. Yeah, it's true, Cuts, and I've tried to nip that in the bud, big time. I think I've been pretty damn good this last year, to be honest, but hey. Strangely enough, one of the worst years in my generation's history, and one of the best times of growth for me. A lot of my intimidating behavior comes from the fact that, like, a lot of what made me leave the work world was glass ceiling stuff to do with, you know, women in the workplace and whatnot, and then on top of that, all the anxiety and stuff that came from working as hard as I did. And so for a very, very long time, I've had really bad kind of habits in regard to argumentation and stuff like that, because I thought I needed to make myself heard a lot more than I was. I think sing the theme song, yeah, that'd be nice. Oh my god, we did it. I could have been doing so much more in the time that I've just been purifying brown limonite dust. This is all going to have to be run through the macerator again as well. People shouldn't be afraid to make me mad at them, though. Like, if I'm doing a shitty thing, and you think that confronting me about that shitty thing is going to be make me mad, I'd rather be mad and be told I'm doing a shitty thing than not be told at all. Ah, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do this. Oh no. It hadn't finished. Bananas in pajamas. Something everywhere. Bananas in pajamas. They're coming down the stairs. Ah, 5 minutes before my stream, I've cursed you all. Could replace it with banana phone. Ring, 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 banana phone. Boopy doopy doop. Ring, 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 banana phone. I've got this feeling. It's so appealing. Or how about this is the song that never ends. It goes on and on, my friend. We started singing it, not knowing what it was, and then we couldn't stop singing it. Something, something, just because. Peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly time. Also badger, 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 mushroom, mushroom. Or, look at this horse. This horse is amazing. Give it a lick. It tastes just like raisins. Or, what other earworms do I know? I know a lot of earworms. I'm insane. Oh, I lose the game every day. Every day. On the stroke of his mane, he turns into a plane and then turns back again when you tug on his penis. Tug on his winky, I'm sorry. Right, it's, ooh, that's dirty. Oh, hey. Holy shit. Okay. I used to go to animation school with the guy that did Ultimate Destiny. The animation. That is my one claim to getting close to somebody of reasonable fame. It's really, really, really impossible to bump into famous people in New Zealand. Y'all ain't right. Oh, what other annoying things do I know? I know a lot of annoying things. Look at the Earth. Round. Oh, no, he's perfectly sober all the time. That's a pretty sweet planet, you might say. Got any grapes? Ah, I don't know that one, actually. Or do I? I probably know it. No, I think I know the duck song. I think the last time I saw it, though, was like over a decade ago. Duck song? Oh yeah, I recognize him. For sure.
Bum, bum, bum.
talking over it so I don't get copyright strike. Yep. Okay, so definitely remember that. And he said to the man, got any grapes? About that time, eh, chaps? Righto. Oh man. There was a good time. All your base are belong to us. So how many was I getting from this? 8. 1 to 8. That's 4 nuggets. Right? Yes. No? 1 to 1? Yes. So yeah, 4 nuggets per piece of brown laminate. It would be far better for me to melt these in a melter. But I'm in this deep now. Only famous person I ever met was the brother of the guy on American Restoration. I'm 33. So I'm 87. Yeah, I was January 87 too, so we're like a year apart. Wait, how old are you, Gridmonkey? I thought you were younger than me. Damn! I was not aware. Congratulations for 40 orbits, man. Oh, December 88, right, 2 years. I can math. Why did I think you were younger than me? Because you're not exactly a man-child. Yeah, no, that's true. Ella is. But she's like late 20s though, right? I got pissed that Regan did his speech and interrupted the new episode of Smurfs. 30, right. Oh, hell, me and Ella are quite close. Probably makes sense why we know the same shit as well. Yo, the 80s were crazy. I'm glad I was just a baby. See, we got the Macarena, we got shoulder pads, we got like, I think Transformers hit its stride. Although it came out in the 80s, I will let the 80s kids claim Transformers. It hit its stride in the 90s. We had Captain Planet, motherfucker, Gladiator. Who let the dogs out? How bizarre. And then we were in high school in the early 2000s, so we had fucking puddle of mud and stained. I don't know that it's good emo music. On a scale of emo music, I suppose it's good. But that was like the beginning of prog rock, and yeah. And hey, before you think I'm saying that I'm immune and didn't listen to that shit, no, I listened to that shit. I owned every album of Linkin Park that I could get my hands on. And then somebody at high school introduced me to Tool, and I was like, what have I been listening to up until this point? And I'm not saying like Tool is majestic or anything, because let's face it, Tool isn't as amazing as everyone makes it out to be. It is good, but it's not like super-de-duper, right? But then that kind of got my education into music rolling a bit more outside of the whole like emo prog rock bullshit. Yeah, 90s was big and transformative. We had Quake. We had the birth of graphical the birth of graphical MMOs. RTS Golden Era, yep. Which, by the way, now that they've remade Red Alert, they need to remake Red Alert 2 and Command & Conquer Tiberium Sun. They've done it now. Home Alone as well, true. A 3-hour wait to see a single titty. Boys on the internet, huh? See, here's the great thing about girls' magazines. Because it's not the penis that we like so much. All the girls' magazines just had hot dudes with shirts off. And it wasn't considered porn. So we just had our girly magazines. The internet is for porn! Ah, that's true. Yeah, Warcraft 2 and Warcraft 3 were the 90s. Warcraft 2 was early 90s, Warcraft 3 was late. Warcraft 3 was like 98, right? Warcraft 3 release day. 2002, holy shit. Okay, it wasn't 90s. Okay, well. RuneScape wasn't too that. Yeah, and I played RuneScape in high school with the other nerds. Oh, it's beautiful. Hey, it's 6. I'm so glad that we've turned this into a just chatting stream. However, it is 6 PM over here in New Zealand. It is time that I got off the internet and made myself some din-dins. So I love you all very, very much. Thank you very much for making this stream such a hype stream tonight. But we should find somebody to raid. And by all means, continue the discussion of 90s generation and 80s generations in chat. I have no problem with that. There is no one streaming that I know. Come on. Minecraft? There's somebody that I haven't followed yet that I should be following. Can anyone vouch for anyone? Doesn't have to be Minecraft. I'm not gonna raid Bob Ross, it doesn't do anything for anyone. I mean, it's funny, but it doesn't do anything for anyone, so I'd rather use it. Can anyone else vouch for Old Man Shorty? Sorry, I would, but I haven't seen you around today, so... No worries, you're absolutely welcome to lurk. It's just that, I don't have any, like, clout on you, so I can't take you at your word as much as I'd love to. I have heard of Old Man Shorty, but never watched him. What's Mayhew up to? Alright, Taryn, thank you so much for dropping in. I really, really appreciate it. Oh, that sounds nice. We'll do Mayhew then. Be nice and relaxing after today's ranting, huh? Here we go. Raiden. Alright folks, thank you so much. You all have a lovely, lovely time zone. And I will see you tomorrow evening. Bye!